Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Got Friday Night Football about to kick off, so I need to rip out these videos. We're coming off a nice Thursday night. Commanders, West Virginia, and UCF all cashed, bringing in some momentum into this weekend. Got a nice game for you here. I think there's some value in this one. NC State versus Syracuse. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, North Carolina State on the road in Syracuse here. Line opened up Cuse minus 3.5, but check it out. By Monday morning, it's up to 4.5, and all the money's on Syracuse. 81% of the money on Syracuse as of Monday morning. All right, we got some line movement here. So it was at 4.5. By Friday night, it's all the way down to Syracuse minus 3. Books have been taking some NC State money all week. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Syracuse minus 8.4. So that's a what? 5.5 point lean on the orange here. All right, so let's break down this matchup and what the hell's going on with North Carolina State's offense. I mean, if you told me heading into the season with all that hype surrounding North Carolina State that Devin Leary in this offense would be just 79th in OFEI, I would say you're crazy. And now they might be playing this road game at Syracuse without Devin Leary, so an already struggling offense is going to be without their quarterback. Yes, I will give you that last week against Florida State, Jack Chambers took over for Devin Leary when he got hurt, and NC State was down 17-10. Jack Chambers came back and won the game. North Carolina State ended up winning 19-17. But did you know that North Carolina State, when Jack Chambers came in, they had 4 offensive drives led by Chambers. They attempted just one pass. One pass in all 4 drives. He went 0 for 1 throwing the ball. So yeah, maybe he's more athletic than Leary, but I feel like there's no way that North Carolina State's passing game is not limited in this game. I mean, there's a reason they only attempted 1 pass in 4 drives down in the 4th quarter. And that's horrible news for NC State because they also have no rushing attack at all. I mean, 61st. The offensive line, 61st in adjusted line yards, 89th in rush yards per game, 84th in yards per carry. This was the team that was supposed to compete with Clemson for the ACC this year. Are you joking with these numbers? I do have some good news for the Wolfpack, though. Compared to the Clemson defense and the Florida State defense that they just played in their last 2 games, this Syracuse defense should be a breath of fresh air. Syracuse sits at just 55th in DFEI. Also, Syracuse has showed us that they can be vulnerable to the pass. I mean, look at the game against Purdue. Aiden O'Connell threw for 424 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, and Syracuse needed a miracle play with 7 seconds left to win. NC State is better than Purdue if Devin Leary plays, though. Now, what about when Syracuse has the ball against this NC State defense? And this is where North Carolina State has lived up to every bit of the hype from the offseason. NC State's defense sits at 13th in DFEI, and I mean, look at the last 2 weeks. They just went into Death Valley, held Clemson to just 350 yards of offense. Then they played Florida State, held them to 17 points, completely took away the passing game from Jordan Travis. The North Carolina defense held Texas Tech to 14 points. Have you watched Texas Tech football? Here are their game scores from their other games other than North Carolina State. 63, 33, 37, 28, 31. Against North Carolina State, just 14 points. And similar to the Syracuse defense, after Florida State and Clemson, this Syracuse offense should also be a breath of fresh air for this NC State defense. So they just went through the gauntlet. For Clemson, Florida State, Syracuse is worse defensively and offensively than both those teams. But I'm not sitting here saying the Syracuse offense is a walk in the park. In fact, I like Garrett Schrader. I think he's been really good. A lot of people are saying Syracuse hasn't seen a real defense yet. And there's some truth to that, but they played Purdue, and Purdue has a sneaky good defense. A lot of people don't know this. Purdue's defense is sitting at 27th in DFEI. So yes, North Carolina State's defense will be the toughest that Syracuse has seen this season. I'll give you that. But no, this is not the first tough defense that Syracuse has seen this year. Oh, and by the way, Syracuse put up 32 points against Purdue. So they actually did well against that defense, but I mean, if we're being fair, they had 10 points heading into the 4th quarter. So they didn't light up Purdue's defense. They had a crazy 4th quarter. They had a pick 6 in there. So it wasn't a traditional 32 points. That worries me. I mean, as much as I think North Carolina State's going to struggle to move the ball, I think Syracuse is going to have all kind of problems also. So yeah, I do like the under. It was at 41.5 when I checked earlier today. Super square bet there. But with these two offenses and these two defenses in this spot, I really think it should go under. But like I said, everyone's going to be on the under, and it's still at 41.5, so no more than a half unit on that. As far as picking a side, I mean, with the question mark surrounding Devin Leary's health, is he going to play? Also, the question mark surrounding Jack Chambers, can he throw the ball? Does North Carolina State even have a passing offense if Chambers plays? Add all that together, and I just can't in good faith back the Wolfpack right here. So I'm taking the orange. Give me Syracuse -3.5. Try to get it at 3 if you can. If anything changes with this bet, I will let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the full Saturday tickets that I do, bet of the day, top 7 bets, underdogs of the day, parlays of the day, stuff like that, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College football week 7 Saturday is here. Let's have a big day. We've been having a great college football year. We're up over, I think, 12.8, 13 units, something like that. Let's keep it rolling. I'll talk to you on Twitter.